I'd almost rather it be the family feeling guilty, let's say, or the custodians feeling guilty or not feeling like, oh, this represents who the family is today, as opposed to we need to change this for the audience. We need to change this for financial reasons because the new audience, the new readership is not going to stand for this. They won't read a book like this. Now, to that second version, I would say this. If somebody has an issue with what was in the Fleming books that they've changed, chances are they're not reading James Bond. They're not reading James Reese. They're just not. They're not gravitating to this. I think this is something, and again, I'm not going to get on a soapbox here, but there's something going on here in the arts in general, and I include movies. I include, again, plays, that people believe there's this non-existing mysterious audience that wants it a certain way and refuses to have it tarnished. This fallibility that I keep saying. But to me, if it's guilt, then that's something very personal. That's a family decision that they're making. But I have a sneaking suspicion they're trying to make it so they open it up to new readers that would have never thought of reading a Fleming book otherwise.
Or we have a psychologist in here and they could ask some questions and say, oh, is that just the excuse?
Oh,
I don't know.
It could be. Hey, this is a real topic.
It is. Hey, yeah, you can talk about it. I'll watch it. When you have it on the Bond Experience. So.
I mean, but really, invite psychologists and people like that. It's interesting. There was a term that I've never heard before, and I'm sure you live and breathe by this term. I'd love to get your opinion on it. But when this news broke that the Fleming Foundation was putting out these books, Fleming Publishing, and they said that they had gone through sensitivity readers. I had never heard that term before in my life.
I have not heard
what
that.
A sensitivity reader. Have you heard this?
I have not heard that. Nope.
Oh, I thought this was an industry term, perhaps.
I mean, it's if it is, it's one that certainly no one's ever brought up to me. Probably for good reason.
Or nor should they.
They know how I'd react.
From what I understand, they had sensitivity readers. I don't know who they were, what their background is, but that would be interesting to know what's the profile of a sensitivity reader that has to go through and determine which words are taken out versus which words are kept.
Interesting. Oh, no, I have not heard that term. I'm going to ask my publisher about it, though. And I'll let you know what they say. But yeah, no one's ever brought that up to me.
Make sure you put in all your contracts that you forbid them to be involved ever.
Oh, they know better than to even ask. I think that's, that's interesting, though. And it's strange. And I feel so lucky also that I've never had anything suggested to me from New York Publishing about what I should do next or what I should change content-wise. Almost no content edits from New York. And I was on, maybe 4 years ago now. I was on I think it was like a Zoom panel with other authors, and they started talking about something called an editorial call. And I was like, I'm still the newest person on this panel, but things are going, well. And I'm kind of like nodding my head, and then I asked, what is an editorial call? I've never had one. And apparently it's when you sit down with your editor, maybe a couple other people, and they discuss what your next book's going to be about, what direction it's going to go, or the character's going to go, that sort of a thing. They can give their input to you as an author. None of that. I've never had a single, certainly not official, and not even anything unofficial, not even a hint from my agent, from my editor, publisher. 100% complete creative control. So I feel very fortunate in that respect. So yeah, no sensitivity readers.
I almost feel like nowadays there should be a good housekeeping seal of approval on some books like yours. It says 100% organically grown.
Yeah. Well, well, there's that.
Unfiltered, unrestricted.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. And then one step further, even, or in parallel, I guess, would be this book was not created by AI.
I do like that.
Because in the future, it might be a question. Kind of like, remember when was it? Was it the late 80s when they started putting the explicit warning things on,
it was.
on
Yes.
tapes and CDs and stuff? So something like that, but on a book, I think you should know as that consumer that if AI, so something other than the author's personal experience or whatever else lent itself to this story that you're about to spend hard-earned money on. And this trust that you put in this author, you're trusting time to this author. You're never going to get that time back. But it would be nice to know if AI helped in that creation. So I think having a little thing on there that says if it did or didn't might be useful to the customer, to the consumer, to the reader.
I love that. I mean, they put all types of warnings. And by the way, if the Ian Fleming publications had put out 2 versions of the books, hey, here's the untarnished, unfiltered version. Here's one that, if you have some sensitivities, it's been through sensitivity readers with like a diatribe of like, hey, here are the filters it's been through. Yeah. So now it's homogenized skim milk as opposed to full fat vitamin D. Then at least we have the choices. But I love what you're talking about. I almost wish they did that with movies. So there have been so many movies that have come out, as you know, that the creators kind of look at the movie and go, I don't know what happened. It went through the Hollywood committee, the corporate committees, and it came out like poop, as opposed to my original creation. I know, you could talk about Zack Snyder and people like that had another go at it and changed it back to their original version. But wouldn't that be interesting if we had those sort of anti-warnings on things?
Yeah, I mean, it might be coming in the future. If you enjoyed this clip, click here to watch the full episode, or click here to watch another clip from the podcast.